a matter of fact, there's one that looks perfect for you two. Uncle Dai is one of the foremen at Huishan Hall over in Liyue Harbor. He's hoping the adventurers can spare some manpower.
What is it we have to do exactly?
I believe you'll be looking for workers.
Ooh, looking for people? Awesome! We're good at that!
I have no reason to doubt your abilities. I'm sure the details can be worked out face to face. If you're willing to accept this commission, head over to the dock and talk to Uncle Dai.
Ok. Ah, allegria. Ciao, Zhongli. Come salivo? Quale regola? L'ho chiesto anch'io. Sì, Star Rail, sì, lo so. Non ho avuto ancora la possibilità di provarlo e scaricarlo, ma sì. Il problema è che quello è ancora tutto in inglese, perché la hoyoverse l'ha fatto uscire, ma solo in inglese, se non erro. Giustamente, perché prima vedono se vale la candela, poi lo fanno in italiano. Ok. Quindi cosa devo fare? Parla con Cucue. Dove sta Cucue? Ah. Grazie. Ciao Zhongli, non mi aiuta, eh? Non è buono? Non lo so, eppure dicono tutti che è strabello. Però non lo so. Sinceramente io già sto tanto indietro con questo, imbarcarmi con uno nuovo non lo so se mi andrebbe. Cioè, probabilmente lo proverei, ma non lo giocherei come sto giocando Genshin, insomma, il senso è quello. Pensaci tu. Ottimo. Grazie. Dove sta Choxy? Choxy? Dove sei Choxy? Non trovo casco, raga. E non lo vorrei mai. Choxy? Dove sei? Choxy? Questo è zio Ciao. Zio Ciao. Ok. C'è un'altra persona qua vicino. Allora, intanto... Ciao, Zhongli.
Oh? I didn't think I would see you here.
Hai visto che sorpresa?
Are these two your friends?
Di vecchia data
Yes,
proprio.
we had the fortune of meeting not too long ago. They are quite a knowledgeable and talented pair, and a pleasure to be around. Traveler, we were just discussing the history of Rex Lapis. Would you like to listen?
This, good sir, seems not to appreciate the almighty power of the Lord of Geo. We are discussing the whereabouts of the first Mora.
The first
È
Mora?
lui Rex Lapis, raga, noi
As
l'abbiamo
everyone
visto
knows, the Lord
un
of
bel po' di
Geo
tempo
taught the
fa.
ancient people of Liyue the craft of smelting. Today, Liyue holds the sole right to cast Mora in the entire continent of Teyvat.
According to my research, as well as my own hypothesis, I believe that this coin of unique historical significance has been passed on. For example, perhaps the Qixing who control the Liyue use it in some kind of unknown ceremony they hold when...
No, no, no. My research
Oh,
indicates that
dear.
the first Mora coin is not... Mora is a catalyst. This we all know. Even today, the
Sì,
world's
quello è
first
vero.
Mora would no doubt possess the strongest power. That is, that the Lord of Geo used this original...
A dagger and a sword?
Well, buy the book when it comes out to read the full story.
Pure.
For now, I will...
I can't say I agree. Let us not speak of the authenticity of the dagger and sword first. But Mora and money came about simply because they are a convenient measure of a contract's value. Rex Lapis just meant for Mora to serve as a catalyst. for
Moneta di
people to
scambio. E
exchange
fin
and
là.
trade. The world's first Mora is probably just an ordinary coin created by Rex Lapis.
Significa che lui
I
il
think
primo
that
Mora
Mr.
ancora ce l'ha,
Hansel's
raga, sicuro.
hypothesis seems reasonable. Mr. Zhong...
No, I am not debating right or wrong. I am
Enough. Do you think you understand the Lord of Geo more than me?
I know but little about history, and I wouldn't dare to brag.
Well then, answer me this. Long ago, when Liyue Harbor was being constructed, the Lord of Geo taught...
That is correct, indeed.
Okay, then tell me.
Perché il
Why
signore
would
di
the
Geo
Lord
avrebbe
of
fatto
Geo
qualcosa?
do something so
Non
extravagant?
credo.
There's a simple explanation, really. To the god of wealth and commerce, what material is easier to get than Mora?
Avete capito?
Oh,
I mean, I am talking about Rex Lapis.
Excuse me, sir. I have some questions about archaeology.
Oh, it's no problem at all. But may my friend accompany us? Perhaps they could...
Of course. They can come if that's what...
Voglio capire che vuole parlare. Esatto, ragazzi.
What I'm about to say is a bit disrespectful of the Lord of Geo and would draw a lot of angry looks. So it's best to discuss this somewhere quiet. Your argument just now exhibited acuteness of speech and thought. Most importantly, so I have a question for you. Perhaps you will answer differently from other scholars. Do you think that all the gods that the...
Let's not analyze it in terms of good versus evil. Rex Lapis placed great importance on the integrity of contracts. So it...
Right! The Lord of Geo wouldn't kill the innocent.
E fin qua.
But when I was doing some research, I learned about the legend of the god of salt. The god of salt, Havria, was a very kind god. Morax used a rather underhanded trick.
What? No way!
This bit of history is a long story.
Don't worry, please tell me what you know. This event, I've already searched for answers for a long time.
Quite so. I don't know where to begin.
Che bello, raga. Questo chi è mo?
Over here,
Ah, Clemo.
Mr. Zhongli. I've been looking for you. So you're over here all this time.
Put down your weapon and stay back. Otherwise, Hymon's reporting you to the Millilith.
First of all, I'm not holding a weapon. There's no need to overreact now. I'm simply an
Non sto
arch...
cercando guai, questo è tutto da stabilire, raga.
But this time, I registered with the Liyue Ministry of Civil Affairs. I could show you the official documentation if you want to see it. I will be conducting an archaeological survey here, the results of which will all be shared with the ministry. I heard that Wangsheng Funeral Parlor had a consultant named Zhongli, with immense knowledge of ancient history and archaeology. So I paid Wangsheng Funeral Parlor a handsome amount to
Un
hire
secondo,
Zhongli as my
mentre
own
parlano.
consultant while I'm in town.
So you mean to say that this is work for the Wangsheng funeral parlor, yes? Well, since it's work, I don't have a choice. A consultant of the Wangsheng funeral parlor must respect their duty.
Of course you would be such a reasonable man. Well then, let's head out now, shall we?
Wait, if you were studying archaeology, can I go too? I am also a scholar in this field, so I can help.
That will give us a chance to continue the topic we were just discussing. Oh, and you should tag along too. This experience may be of help to you on your future adventures. It is a story from before the rise of the Seven. Although the god of salt has already perished, it will still be a meaningful experience for your journey.
Wait. This is an archaeological expedition, not a tour group. That's too many people.
But this friend of mine has a treasure-finding talent, surpassed by no one. It will surely be of great help to us.
Oh? What talent?
If my friend espies a treasure chest, they will absolutely find a way to open it.
Hey, Paimon's good at that too!
Well, that is quite enticing. All right, then. Well, let's go. There's no time to waste. When the Overlord of the Vortex was crushed by the Jade Chamber recently, perhaps something of interest was washed ashore. An ancient artifact would be good. Traces of ancient activity would be great. But a piece of the god's limb would be even better. Who knows what surprises we may find. This place looks so ordinary. Can we really find anything valuable here?
Huh? Paimon thinks it looks really grand.
I don't mean the scenery, but rather that there should be something out of the ordinary. A big battle.
Guyan Stone Forest is actually the perfect place to be, if you wish to learn about the gods or the history of the Archon War. Legend has it that Rex Lapis threw spears made of large rock into the sea here, piercing and crushing the Overlord of the Vortex. After many years of wind erosion, those stone spears have turned into the unique rock formations we see now.
These mountains were the Lord of Geo's weapons?
What we see now is just the part of them that remains.
Ok.
The stone spears hurled by Rex Lapis all those years, but due to the different angles they landed at, their large centers of mass, erosion by seawater, and years of gravity. So besides wind erosion, the initial collapsing of the stone spear.
Well, a god able to fight one so powerful as Rex Lapis was certainly very...
Indeed. This is where most of the objects from that time were lost to the sea. But the gigantic waves created by the
So you're saying that if we look carefully, we'll be able... I mean, rich with
Sì, questa è la ricerca di soldi, ma l'avevamo già capito.
Well, since we brought so many people, I think it would...
Okay then. I will go with my friend here. Although I have a smattering of...
Huh? Me?
What's the matter? This is your profession. Why are you so surprised?
I get it. I'll escort him.
Okay. If we find anything valuable or rare, let's meet on the...
Ok.
The ancient god probably left behind lots of elemental marks. Following them should make our search much easier.
Well, go ahead then. Use your elemental sight to look for any marks.
Check this out! Wind strike!
Dai.
Why are there enemies here?
Guyan Stone Forest is a place where a god was defeated, and its remnants still affect the area to this day.
Li devo affrontare per forza, mi sa, raga.
Time to rain outlines your.
Here you are. The process of elimination. Here's backup. As one with wind and cloud. Wind strike. Fire it up. Wind strike.
Ok. Ok.
No, my sword.
Supporting fire. Wind strike. Check this out.
No, ma come rinforzi? No! Aio! Lo sapevo, raga, che mo seccavo.
Clouds high. The birds come. Here you are. Don't get too close. Wind strike.
Vabbè, ma allora sei tu però,
Quicker.
It's just a stone slab, but its design is quite unique. It should be enough to garner some information. Let's head back.
Eccolo.
You call yourself a scholar of archaeology? You can't even recognize this or that. What are you good?
We all have our areas of expertise. I already tried very hard to explain.
Oh, stop arguing! What in the world?
This girl just keeps bragging about how she's an archaeologist, but she doesn't even know anything about the. She left me to rely solely on guessing. I mean, experience to find any.
I've just been researching the god of salt, so I'm not familiar with sea relics. Is that so strange? And you kept asking about how much Mora everything is worth. Can the value of...
I mean, isn't measuring their value in
Sì,
more...
sì.
Now, calm down. No need to make a fuss. We were able to bring back some intriguing objects. Let's have a look. Oh, what a shame. These objects were indeed washed ashore. The stone slab we found, however, has a mysterious pattern and faint or...
Quick, give it to me.
No.
At least we didn't come for nothing. The power of... Oh, but these other objects are certainly worth a little something, right? It should be enough to...
So, it's only valuable for research if there are remnants of...
Not at all. My quest to uncover the history of the god of salt is because But you? You're just trying to use archaeology to get rich.
Questo sì.
Nonsense! I'm a professional archaeology researcher
Sì,
from
sì.
Snezhnaya. I swear.
Oh, by the way,
Oh? Why's that?
That's not an ancient teacup. It's part of Ningguang's collection. It must have fallen here along with the Jade Chain.
Ah, I see.
See? You do want to
But, so what? Why can't I pursue wealth both... All right, then. I heard that Salterai was once the home of the god of Salt's people. Therefore...
According to legend, the people of the god of Salt have but this legend has been around for ages. With the countless scrap collectors and treasure hoarders in the...
Oh, good. That's just great. If I knew it was picked...
About that. I know there's a ruin deep in this cave here. It's related to the...
Dobbiamo
However,
entrare.
the ruin entrance has been sealed by a mysterious... I found a mechanism that seemed to be related to the seal, but... So at the moment, the seal's origin and how to break it are very important. I don't know. There's no concrete evidence. The god of Salt was a benevolent god, adored by the people. So, the one who wants to hide some truth is very...
This doesn't sound like something the Lord of Geo would...
Who cares about all that? It sounds like Count...
You weren't listening at all, were you? Even if there's a mount...
Ah, but we have the illustrious Mr. Zhongli with us. He looks like he knows just about everything. A little seal shouldn't be any trouble for him.
This seal seems to be quite ancient.
I may know something about it.
What?
Over the years, I've heard various rumors with bits
Dicerie.
Let's go take a look at the
Certo, certo.
mechanism Miss Wanyan...
Okay, since Mr. Zhongli said...
Riuscissi poi a capire di cosa si tratta.
See that?
No.
Although we activated the mechanism, nothing happened to the seal.
That's because there's actually another mechanism that must be activated.
Another?
Let me lead the way from here.
This place seems familiar. Huh. When I investigated the seal last time, I had someone with... But when we lit up all the elemental monuments...
That's because you don't just need to activate them at the same time. The secret to this puzzle is hidden in the legends about Tianheng in the south, Yaoguang in the east, Jueyun in the west, Qingse in the north. All desolate and devoid of life. Liyue is vast.
To the north, to the east. Do the people of Liyue always talk in...
I think I've heard the same.
Certainly you have. And the to provide a haven for her people, whose lives had been ravaged at that time, with the chaotic fires of war, and that haven she eventually found is right here.
How sad then. In the end...
Okay, enough with these ancient stories. Now that...
Tianheng in the south, Yaoguang in the east, Jueyun in the west, Qingse in the north. With this clue, you should be able to solve the puzzle.
Perfetto.
Look! The seal really was broken! Mr. Zhongli is indeed quite remarkable.
It was nothing, really. Now, it's time that people learn the hidden truth lost to time.
Ok. Perfetto.
Before entering the ruin, I have a proposal that will help us prevent the kind of senseless arguing between you two that we saw at Guyenstone Forest.
Okay. What is it?
I propose you two agree upon a contract, stipulating that we alternate who... To show my sincerity, I won't be taking any treasure.
No, a me non interessa,
This will
infatti.
just...
Hey! Don't pass an opportunity.
I don't agree. I mean, you want me to split the treasure with this amateur?
I don't agree either. He will only defile the precious relics left behind by the god of salt.
Well then, if the contract is not agreed upon, I will no longer serve as your consultant on this expedition. You will have to rely on your own experience to find...
You have the audacity to demand this.
If you want me to agree upon this contract, so be. If we discover the truth behind the god of salt, you must judge it fairly.
I can accept this arrangement. Well then.
Andiamo.
Are these statues?
No. These are people.
Ugh.
No. Non era lì che lo volevo mettere giù. Ok. Ecco perché ci hanno dato Zhongli, raga. Ok.
Look at this. It's
Oh, it just looks like a fancy salt holder.
According to my knowledge, it's no ordinary vessel. Although...
What? You're saying that even if I pour the salt out, the amount inside won't change?
Exactly.
able to produce endless salt.
Finally. After all that effort, I found... I just need to pour the endless salt into 1,000 or 10,000 bags.
Hey! How can you use a relic of the god...
If Mr. Clement wants this salt chalice, then the next object we find will belong to Miss One.
Of course, as we agreed. But how can anything...
Since we have a contract, it's...
Then let's move
Secondo
on,
me
shall we?
Zhongli lo sapeva, raga, era tutto calcolato. Sono un genio, raga.
Just a simple rule.
This, if I remember correctly...
Indeed. But the god of... When you stick this ruler in the ground, the surrounding... The deeper it is stuck in the ground, the more salt will appear.
What? That's even better than the...
Well then, according to our contract, the...
No, unacceptable. I paid for and organized this entire expedition. Why should I... And this girl has been useless. Why would she...
Oh boy, here we go again.
So you are saying you want to break...
So what if I break it? Now that I've seen how the mechanisms in this... Let's not forget who hired who here. Why should...
Because you agreed to a contract. Rex Lapis once said, ones who break their contracts shall suffer the wrath of...
That is one of your Liyue gods. I am from Snezhnaya.
Will suffer the wrath of the rock.
Pay your dues, Quake!
No, my sword!
No escape!
By royal decree!
Wind strike. I must remain calm.
Here you are.
Rise!
I shall confiscate your You are not worthy to continue.
Oh, darn you! Just...
Some archaeological survey. He could only pretend for so. Hey, Paimon likes Mora, but Paimon doesn't do.
Clement's wrongdoing stemmed from greed, yes. But besides greed, when people see the object of their dreams, how many... I think we should be honest with each other now.
Huh? Beyond.
That in truth, not a single member of...
Why do you say that?
Miss, you lack even the most basic archaeological knowledge, and can recognize naught but a few simple relics. You aren't interested in archaeology or relics. I believe those legends about the god of salt that you mentioned on the Pearl Galley are passed down.
Okay, that's enough. Sir, you are indeed a man of great knowledge and talents. You're right. I'm not a scholar of archaeology. Our ancestors were those protected by the god of salt all those years ago, when the Archon War engulfed the land in chaos.
Oh, right. Now that you mention.
During the war, Morax... We hate him! But this is Morax's Liyue, so I seek proof of Morax's guilt. We agreed to a contract that we will face the truth head on, didn't we, Mr. Zhongli?
Naturally, of course. But come with me. All the...
La questione si fa interessante.
Quake! Crumble! Quake!
Rain outlines your fate.
Lo sapevo, raga. Era troppo debole.
Quake!
Ok.
This is... a sword? Aha! It's a broken sword! This is proof! This proves that the power of this sword surely is much greater than that of... If we can repair the sword, then we can show the world the...
It does.
2 pieces of a broken sword. From an archaeological perspective, these are 2...
Why? We were alternating claims to treasure.
Yes. But the only one object per claim clause still holds.
This logic!
Zhongli, she seems like a good
When there's a contract, nothing can be allowed to slide.
No! If I only take 1/2, then it can't be repaired. And the power of the god of salt, no matter what. I must be faithful, even if it breaks the contract. I don't care.
So you are already decided?
Zhongli!
That is to say, you consign...
That's okay. Punish me however you want.
No, you can't hit.
Perhaps that punishment would be easier. As punishment.
Huh? The truth.
Yes. The truth that I am about to... I'm afraid to say that the god of salt, Havria, rather she was a small and weak god who yielded to all other...
What?
During the Archon War, the gods of this world used all their... But Havria instead chose to flee.
Ecco
She
fatto.
thought that by giving up before a fight could start. However, during such a long war, there is no end. After making countless concessions,
No,
in her last days, she had not even...
not even a single blade?
This sword is not a relic belonging to the god of Sol.
Murder weapon? No, that's not true. That can't be true.
As I said before,
Preposterous. You are a...
Ecco.
Hey, hey, come back!
indeed. Otherwise, why would I use the truth as punishment? Let's follow her deeper into the ruin. There.
Huh.
What are all these? What did they see? What happened?
Since you do not trust me, let us continue onward.
Ma povero Zhongli.
That which lies beyond this door will show you all that happened back then.
Ma guardi, signor Crito, a parte che ho appena cambiato la scheda video perché la mia era esplosa, tutto a posto.
This is the scene of the crime. Havria's body dissipated. The story continues that some among her people realized at last the Archon War was cruel in the extreme. Instead of...
But
No matter how weak the god, the power that flows forth when those who could not flee, those of her people who were untouched by this disaster, their
Ah, ecco,
descendants
praticamente
feared
dopo il
Havria's
disastro sono andati da
remnants
Zhongli.
and lived in
Grande.
terror that she had laid upon them an eternal curse. So they risked their lives to come here, to break the sword, and offer up obeisances in hopes that her anger might be appeased.
This must be a lie. A false hiss. Don't you dare try to shake my faith.
Vabbè, però pure tu, davanti all'evidenza.
yikes. Zhongli,
This is the price she must pay. Yet I would not call it a bad thing. Judging by how she appeared, I fear that she will struggle for a time. Indeed. In ages past, faith in a god who has already passed. So it is for Havria. And so it is. All right then. Now,
huh?
treading old ground. One cannot help but be reminded of old
Ma ragazzi, solo io
acquaintances.
dopo aver scoperto la storia di Zhongli e di tutte queste cose che sa, io lo adoro ancora di più. Allora, glielo dico subito, signor Criso. Comunque mi sembra che l'ho scritto, se non ricordo male. Che proprio oggi è la prima live dopo aver ripreso il computer dopo una decina di giorni perché non arrivava il prezzo. Il pezzo, non il prezzo. Ciao Zhongli.
Now, I mentioned before that many the Adepti have presently handed Liyue over to mortals. And to leave them here is to let them slumber. And I ended an era with my own two
Era lui
hands.
Rex Lapis, raga.
I've always wondered how I should remember that which I ended. History records, but history may be changed. This incident proved that. Time is a mighty force, and history's twist in its flow.
Cioè, sei d'accordo con me, Criso, che se come minimo dovrei mettere, anche se non metto 32, che non voglio fare la spesa grande, però che ne voglio mettere almeno 16, appunto. E io poi lo tengo ancora a prestazioni, io lo tengo ancora a prestazioni su PC. E comunque non ha prestazioni, scusate il gioco di parole, elevatissime. Però penso che sì, secondo me almeno arrivare a 16 sarebbe il top. Secondo me sì.
I need to find a better way of recording history. Stone carvings were one such ancient method, but
Zhongli.
Therefore, I thought of you. You are one who crosses the celestial atlas, and who passes through
Ma che
countless
cosa dolce mi ha
worlds.
appena detto.
If, as long as a traveler like you is able to record what happened, then a backup of sorts will exist for times and tides of Tevat.
Sounds...
Now then, it is time that,
Why do we need...
as I said before, this includes Osial, Overlord of the Vortex.
Che spettacolo, regà.
Thousands of years ago, the Adepti and I fought against the turmoil that plagued every corner of this land. Guyan Stone Forest, where I sealed many gods with my spears. After so long, naught but folktales remain. Osial, you and I were foes, but our ancient grudge is but a bygone memory now. May that which Havria has left behind be yours to subsume.
No, vabbè, regà.
And thus another spark of divinity departs from Liyue. My legacy shall now be left to those who come after to debate.
Cioè, regà, ma solo io so letteralmente impazzita. Solo io? Cioè, regà, io è per questo che lo adoro. Cioè, ha delle cose a livello di storia che, boh, non lo so.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.